everybody, welcome to my channel Tips and Talk. आज हम बात करने वाले हैं the steps which you should be taking when you are thinking to buy a flat or you are going to buy a flat. So there are some little 4-5 steps you should take, or you should think, at least you should have an idea about these points when you are going to buy a flat. So let me start right now. First point is the budget. What budget you are considering to buy a flat? So the budget will be considered, it's not a strict budget what you will be having. It may be plus minus 5 lakhs, it can go plus minus 5 lakhs. So in that budget it will be having 3 sections. So what savings you have when you are going to buy a flat, you must be having a little bit or some savings. Any help from a family and your close family or friends which you will get in a short term when you are going to buy a flat, and a loan, how much loan you can take from a bank. So here you should be at least calculating the budget of the flat. According to that you can search the flat. According to that you can go to that such area where this budget fixes. Now first of all, the thing is that if you are going to buy a flat and your budget is like 40 lakhs, so it may go plus minus 5 lakhs. If you really like some flats which will be costing like 43 to 44 lakhs, you can go for it, or when vice versa is possible. Now second important point in this, the sub point is like loan. So loan is always preferable. Loan, you should always take loan in flat, because if you are taking a loan, a little bit of loan is, though you have all the sources of income to buy a flat, but you should take a loan because it is preferable. Because when you are going to take a loan on that flat, so bank will also check the property as well, because it is going to give you the loan, how much authentic and how much reliable this property, that if the loan is not paid, I can get amount of it. In this process, what happens, the cross checking of the property also get done, and it is approved by the bank, then the property is way more legit. So it's better to take little bit, at least some amount of loan when you are going to buy a property. I want to add that if you are taking a loan, so better go for a government authorized bank, because the paperwork in the government authorized bank is too much. They are too tedious, but at the end the searching of the property, actually the authenticity of the property which is checked by the bank is way more accurate than a private bank. They will not give you the loan easily, but because of that your property will be checked very thoroughly. So in my view, it's totally my view that if you are getting a chance to select between two, so I would suggest that you should go for a government authorized bank. Now second point is about the what type of flat you want, ready to move in flat or construction in process. First let me tell you, construction in process flat is cheaper than the ready to move in flat. So but it's also depends on your criteria. If it is your second property or if you have a home to live, so you can go for a construction flat, because you will get at a lesser rate, and consequently the rate will increase in coming years. But if you are paying a rent and you are living on the rent, so the EMI and the rent will be a big burden on your monthly expenses. So you can directly choose for a ready to move in flat, though it will cost little higher. So this is the second point. Third point is the proximity and mobility. Whatever property you are going to buy, whether it's out of the city or in the city or it's near the city, whatsoever it is, the road should be good, the transportation should be good, there should be a nice flyover, nice road, so that you can communicate to the main city at least. Now second, in that point I will be adding that you should be having at least you should be having a railway station or an airport in 10 kilometers range, and some multi-speciality hospital also nearby. Now in this point also I want to add that you should have there is a personal aim regarding the flat. When you buy a flat and you are living in a flat, the first thing important is that where you are going every day. It may be your workplace, office, or if you are having a kid and the kid is school going, so the school, do things happens every day. So if your property or a flat is very far from these places, so it will be very annoying from you to leave that property and go to some other place every day and it will take a lot of time in everyday basis. So at least you should try that from both. At least one should be in your pocket, means the proximity or the distance from the property should from your office or a school in your, it should be nearer to your flat, or else the both should be like on a way to your flat. So if this happens, then the living there and moving from there, it will be easier for you. This is the third point. So now the fourth important point is that when you are going to buy a property, you once check that the land is a commercial land or a residential land, because the rate at the time of registry differs in both the cases, and they have their own pros and cons also. Now one more very important point in that is that if you are going to buy an apartment or a flat, then you should be checking that it should be at least RERA approved. RERA is a real estate regulatory authority, so it should be RERA approved. I hope these are the very little small points which we think in our mind that when we are going to buy a property, but sometimes we don't implement it when we actually search for a property. So getting a property or flat is a very major investment of life, and if you are going to live in that flat, so it is very important that you should be considering these points. I hope if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and Tips and Talk. Thank you and have a nice day.